Yeah.
Which thing have we taken, Mummy?
Mini.
No, with the car. Oh. Which visualizer is it? The one in the box?
The one in the box.
Okay.
Alright.
The blue coloured one?
Yeah.
No, it's actually Jack.
Okay.
I haven't got a cup of tea by the way. Just saying. I'm just saying. I'm completely deprived.
Somebody needs. Right.
Yeah, I know, but you know, I'm busy. Oh, that's kind of cute. Okay, let's put those there. No. No. Okay. I don't wanna do that. That one's not a good one, is it? Let's sort that one out. That'll be right there, I think. I reckon. Yeah, all good, all good. Right then, so what have we got here? So I've already started and I've cut out my squares. Now I've got these squares are all 4 inches square. So the 4 inches square, so that's the blue fabric. Sam went through and she fussy cutted hers, I noticed, so there was a doggy face on everyone, but I didn't because I like the fabric, so I wanted to keep as much as possible. And what's kind of nice is that you end up with a different bit, like a different picture on everyone. So I've got a dog's bum on that one, tree, got the moon and the trees and various other things. So I haven't fussy cutted it, I've just cut squares, so I've used as less fabric as possible. And then I've done the same again for the other ones, and I think, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So how many is there? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's 8 squares, and then I've got the orange bits, and then another 8 squares. So there's 16 of the blue fabric, and then these bits. So the pattern for these bits, I followed the instructions. Sam sent an email through, and I'm turning the music down. Sam sent an email through that said that the pattern piece for that was wrong, so I'll tell you how I changed that in a minute. And then I'm following the instructions that she emailed because she found a couple of mistakes in it. So I figured that I would just go through that, but it's really, really simple actually. It's a lot more simple than a proper bona fide cathedral window cushion. So I took her pattern piece and traced it onto paper, and then you want to keep 1 inch here. So the problem is that when you put it on there and put that one next to it, it was overlapping with each other, and you don't want them to. So to keep it the right width, I folded it in half right at the middle, and then I started to trim off tiny bits. So I started like with literally 1 millimeter and then curved it round, and then another millimeter and curved it round, and I didn't take any off the middle point at all. I made sure that stays 1 inch there in the middle, and then I ended up with pieces that were this shape. So they're probably slightly different from the ones that Sam had, but everyone's going to have slightly different ones if they're changing their pieces. And you know, it's important to not worry about it, isn't it? Because every piece will be different because of the way they've been cut. The material has been folded over and then cut. Some of them are more accurate, some of them are less accurate, and you can't worry about it. Like this one's got a bit of a straight edge there. It just depends on which layer of fabric you cut on. So that's how I managed to do that one. So I'm I'll probably keep hold of that piece because I quite like it. I like the way the patterns come out. And then fiddling around with it, it's just a case of sewing around these. I started off by gluing, so these ones have got fabric glue on them to hold them in place. It's a bit easier than pins, but I've run out of glue, so I've had to then put pins in them, and I'm just using applique pins because they're quite small, they don't get in the way. But like on this one, for example, it doesn't meet properly. So because of that, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull it forward a little bit. You've got to be mindful of the fact that actually you're going to be joining these with a 1/4 inch seam. So actually they're going to go right down to this point here. So we're not going to see any of this 1/4 inch around the outside. So you can move these around and play a little bit. So I could move that one in a little bit if I wanted more. But I think that one's probably going to be all right. And there's also going to be buttons on the joins, so as long as they're not overlapping and there's not too big a gap, then it's fine. So for this one, if I pin that there, so if I move that away, okay, so you can see I've got about 1/8 of an inch out, but I am going to sew a 1/4 inch seam, so that will all be hidden there. It doesn't matter, it's absolutely fine. So the only thing I am going to try and make sure I do when I've sewn them all up is I'm going to try and make sure I keep them all the right way up, but so I don't end up with upside down trees. But that's it really. So I'm going to go through and do those. And Sam suggested a 1/4 inch seam, but I tried it on some practice fabric and I didn't like it. So I decided to go really close to the edge, which was absolutely fine. But two things happened. So first of all, the machine here didn't like back stitching, where you've got these edges of fabric, the little tiny corners. It chewed them up on a couple of different pieces, did it here as well. So I started not back stitching, and I just thought if I can start within that 1/4 inch seam allowance, as long as I make sure I do, all of these seams will be caught when I put the squares together, so it should be all right. And then the other thing that happened is because I went so close to the edge, and because these D shapes are not all uniform, and you know, maybe I wasn't paying 100% attention, sometimes I just went off the edge. So I thought, well, I've got two choices. I can unpick it, or I can do it all again. Unpick it, do it all again, or I can go unpick the whole lot and go back to 1/4 inch. But I like them closer to the edge, and it's going to be my cushion after all, so I'm going to do them closer. And I just thought, no, I'm just going to go over it again and see what it looks like. And do you know what? I decided that I really liked it. I've just got into free motion embroidery on the machine, and I really like the kind of scribbly look. And for me, that suits these raw edges, because I don't like raw edges at all normally. And I was kind of like, oh, I'm not sure I'm going to like this because it's all raw, and these will fray at some point because they just will. And I'm not sure I'm going to like it. But actually, where you've got this effect here, where you've got like a scribbly line going along the edge, and then the fabric will fray a little bit, I really like it. So then I thought to myself, oh, I could just go over the whole lot like that. And I thought, no, I'm just going to make sure that every square I do has got one edge that I've gone over 2 or 3 times. And then it will be a design feature for everything. And it also means that I can mess up at least one on every square. And it's gonna look just neat enough with the rest, but just scribbly enough to allow for those edges to be frayed, and it will look a little bit shabby chic. So I'm quite pleased with that. There's a little happy accident we used to call in my art lessons, a little happy accident. So I'm going to go over those again with some of the other ones. I'm going to make sure every square has got one double edge. So I've done those ones already. Okay, and I haven't gone through and trimmed all the threads, so I need to do that in a minute. I'm a bit rubbish with doing that, actually. I've got a cup of tea, got everything cut out, so I am ready to sew. So what I found was when I did my stitch length on the machine, I wanted to have a longer stitch length because I wanted to see the stitches. But then because my machine is quite a fast one, it means that it runs away with me and I lose control over the corners. So I've kind of gone for a stitch length of about 3, just to try to maintain some kind of control around the corners, and I'm just going super slowly if the machine lets me, and then I'm pressing afterwards just to try and set the stitches in a little bit, and then that's it then. So I've currently got the blue thread, the beautiful blue thread in the machine. So I'm going to put this one together and then sew it. So this one, I found that obviously some of the fabric was a bit creased where it had been folded up. So I'm trying to make sure. I'm not an accurate sewer. I'm not very good at doing that kind of thing. So normally I just bosh things together, but I am trying to be better and press things properly. So I'm just trying to make sure that they don't touch, and there's a big gap there, so I'm moving it slightly upwards. And then this one, can you see the scissors caught it a couple of times? I'm not going to worry about it. I'm probably going to cut that bit off. Let's just do that. That's better. Got a bin by the side of me. And I'm just going to, it's going to be caught in the seam allowance anyway, so I'm not going to worry about it. So it looks a bit funny, but no one's going to see it. And then I'm looking at this bit and thinking, oh, that's a little bit, let's pull the whole thing forward a bit so it's more curved. I think that'll be fine. And then this one, sometimes if they don't work on one side, you can flip them over and use them on the other side, and they seem to work okay. So this one needs to come up a little bit. I would prefer it if they almost touched or even did touch at the corners, but that, it doesn't really matter. There you go. So I quite like that one, little mountain scene there. There we go. Let's pop these pins in. There we go. Should hold together enough. So if you don't like the fraying, I guess you've got choices, haven't you? You can use fray check, or you could actually sew 2 together and then clip the seams and turn them inside out and have it as a seam rather than a raw edge. Seems like a lot of work, and B, a waste of fabric as well. I'm not sure that you've got enough fabric to allow you to do that. Or you can use, let me just move that one. If you wanted to, you could use something like Bondaweb, or something similar that Sam put in the box in December. Yeah, December. She included like a double-sided sticky, not interfacing. It's for gluing things down for the applique for the Christmas stocking. The name of it is Bondaweb, but you can get other brand makes. But it's like double-sided. It's almost like interfacing, but it's not rigid. So this is a wool pressing mat, which is absolutely fantastic. Now I've learned I have to move my cup of tea out of the way because the machine vibrates so much. It vibrates the tea off the side, and I also had to move the camera up there because it was moving so much with everything. So I'm hoping that the noise of the machine doesn't annoy you too much. But I'm going to turn Tom up a little bit because, you know, Tom is keeping me company today. Careful. So this is why I don't normally do patchwork, because I'm just not precise enough. I just like to wash things out. So dressmaking is brilliant. You've got a 5/8 seam. You can make a lot of errors with 5/8 seam. You just kind of sew, and it's normally in straight lines. Do 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 do. Try not to stretch things or move them out of their places. Go. These little pins are magic pins, and they're really good. They're really easy to use, and they've got big fat heads on them. These are applique pins, so they're tiny. Brilliant. They are my favourite pins ever, I've decided. Okay, so there's another one. I'm really not worried about it being tidy at the edges because I know that most of this is going to be hidden by buttons or the seams, and I quite like the way that going through and doing this edges just highlights the fact that there's scraggly bits at the edge, so it makes it really nice. Actually, I've decided. So it is going to fray, and I think it's going to look good once it does fray just a tiny bit. So happy days. So I'm going to go ahead and do all of these ones where I've got the blue thread in, and then I'm going to change thread and I've got all of these other ones with the, is it almond twist or something? Do I like that one? Yeah, that's good. That's good. Just loose little thread. Bring that down again. Oh, someone's watching. I wonder who's joining me. And are you sewing? Because, you know, it's nice to come sew together. I've got an aunt in America, and she's very crafty. She does lots of crafty things. And the other day she called and she was cutting out some fabric for pajamas, and I was sewing. I've got a waistcoat that I've finished now. I just need to put the buttons on it and the buttonholes. So almost finished. And it was just nice. We were both making things as we went, hundreds of miles apart, chatting away. I'm not sure I like how that bit's a bit jaggedy, so I'm going to just smooth it out a bit. I'm just covered in bits of fabric today, which is kind of normal. Have they fallen off there? I have, so that's going to be one that I'm going to go over again. I don't think I did a second one on the second part on the other one. And I'm deliberately trying. I'm deliberately trying not to follow exactly the same path. Otherwise, it goes on top of each other too much. It's nice when it's separate. But you'll probably follow the instructions that Sam gave you and did the quarter of an inch seam allowance. And it'll look a bit it'll look completely different with a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Did I press that one? I think so. Steam. There we go, done. There we go. This one's got a curled up. This one's got a moon and a curled up dog in it. And a little tree. Love it. Yeah, one more. Hey Sam. It might be a labour of love, but you know, it makes you feel nice, doesn't it, when you sit there and you just sew in. Right, I reckon Tom Jones sings Spain. Who knew? Ooh, I could do 2 on this one. That's exciting. And this one. Dun, dun. I think that's the difference, Sam, is that you probably did yours really carefully to make it nice and tidy. And I'm quite happy when mine is messed up because I get to go over it again and it looks really, really funky. I'm loving it. Look, see? Funky. I love it. It's not the same. When I did the cathedral window little cushion one that we did, but the Christmas box, I was very careful then because I wanted to make that really precise. And it was lovely. I feel it coming together. Oh, look, see, I've nearly finished my orange ones. No, I don't have orange anywhere in my house. My front room is red and green, so this isn't going to work. But this is the exact shade of my caravan, orange and grey on the inside. So it's going to live in my caravan. Don't fall over, little lion. Stay there. Where you need to be, just stay there. Oh dear, that's come quite far apart. Let's push that together. man that's got a good woman. Show me a man that's got a good. Show me a man that's got a good woman. Rude machine, rude. End of the working day. Show me. Come on. Show me a woman that's got a good man. Show me a woman that's got a good man. My eyesight is too bad to let me rethread this today, so I am having help. Now I've just changed the needle over, so it is entirely possible that I've got it just at the wrong angle. Let's see how it goes. So this machine, because it's a semi-industrial, it has slightly different needles from a domestic machine, and it has a long groove down the front. It has no D shape, so you've got to kind of guess where you're getting it right, and I do it by feel, and the groove needs to be mostly at about 6 o'clock, but a little bit turned towards the left, and I think maybe this one isn't turned enough, but we'll see. If it unthreads itself again, it means I need to twist the needle just slightly. Right, let's go back to where I was. What was I doing? I was doing this, wasn't I? There we go. Chill out, people. Okay, so this one I've moved forward. I've left a little edge because I know that's going to be covered up. On my mind. Georgia, Georgia. Okay, one more left. I think I'm going to go over this one again because it hasn't come off the edge, but it's quite away from the edge, so I'm going to try and get a second pass. And the nice thing, because I know it's going to be a tatty edge, it doesn't have to be perfect. Ah, machine is not happy with me. It's taken the thread down. It's taken the material down inside. So let's wiggle and hope for the best. Let's take everything out. There we go. There. So can you see it just dragged the corner down into the machine? I think it will mostly be okay because that will be covered up by the seam allowance, so it'll be fine. There's a little bit of a knot. So I whipped out the bobbin and it kind of unknots, not knots everything, but it frees everything up. So don't ever pull your fabric if it's not coming straight away when you want to take it out. Don't pull, look, because it's just come away here from the edge. I'm going to try and fix this now. Just take out the bobbin thread and then see if you can gently wiggle it out. It should be all good. So that comes back to why I'm not back stitching. It doesn't cope, it's not coping well with the corners. Keep that tension and then let the bobbin thread be pulled up. So now I've got 2 threads and that's just going to be a little bit more frayed than my plan, and that's okay. I wonder if I can. Let's get a bit of light on the subject. Of which I'm certain. Yeah, okay. That's full. So I've got a whole little bunch of bobbin thread here where it was stuck under the machine, and if I am super careful, should be able to get rid of it. But I don't want to pull because I don't want to make the fabric fray even more than it has. There we go. There we are, you see. Now what I can do is put that back under and go over again. The blue is absolutely fine and the orange is just a little frayed, and it's going to be a little bit frayed when I put it on, so I'm happy with that. So let's go back. Happy times, there it is. Looks wonderful. I'm terrible for leaving threads and not cutting them properly, and then they get caught in the machinery. I'm a bad sewer. So can you see? It's just a little bit more frayed, but by the time I've roughed all the other edges up, it's going to be the same everywhere else. So I'm happy with that. Just set the stitches in. And then the last one. Half an hour I've been on. So if it's going to take me half an hour to do the other ones and then put it together, I think that that's pretty good. Good time. What is that? If notice so. Here we are. I've just noticed my iron has made a mess in here. Here's the blue. A hanky that I use as a presser cloth. There we go. Don't want any water there. Do, 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 do. Whoa, whoa, whoa. It's all hours to spend with you. I like a lot. This is going to look amazing in the caravan. There are orange and gold grey curtains, and when I first got it I made orange and grey bunting, so this is going to be perfect because I think it kind of goes nicely with that grey of the, is that a fox or a wolf or whatever they are, the little dog thingies. Right, so I'm going to do this one. This one. I love you. There you go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Delicious. So I think that's the thing, isn't it? You've got to make things your own. And what Sam has done is really beautiful. But if you fancy something a little bit more precise, then you make your seam over here so it's a very clean edge. And if you prefer things to be a bit more arty, a bit more boho, a little bit more shabby, then you do it the way I'm doing it, you know. And it's just the lovely thing about those boxes is that you can be as creative as you want to, and everything is like your own style, which is lush. Okay, so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I've got 8 of those done. So I need to just change my thread. I can see all obstacles in my way. But I can't sunshiny day. So don't ever pull the thread out of your needle the wrong direction from the top. I am really bad at it. I'm trying to be better. Not COVID. I've been searching for. Okay, so I'm putting the orange thread on. This is not the orange thread. This is Gutman that I already had in a bobbin. So I figured I might. It's the same weight and it's the same make, so it should be okay. If I have any problem sewing with it in the bobbin, I'll take it out and I'll load a bobbin up with the orange. But it doesn't seem any point to waste. I already, you know, it's wasting time and thread, isn't it? When I already had it here. So I think this might have been the red that Sam put through in the Christmas box. So in my way. There we go. Done. And this one. Sunshiny day. Sunshiny day. Sunshiny day. Sam says because of the raw edge you can add any stitch. I know, I did think, I even thought about doing like a zigzag or any kind of decorative stitch, but I kind of like that. I like the it's almost like a scribble, isn't it? But I do like, I mean, I have done a plique before, and I quite like a satin stitch on the end. See, that would have been really nice as well if you really want to be fancy, and especially if you'd have done it in, if you'd have done it in the blue or even the orange, or you could have still alternated on the different colours, like Sam's suggesting anyway. It would have been lush, but I don't have enough patience for that kind of thing. I'm busy. I have patience when I'm making things for other people, but if it's just for me, I just can't be bothered. I just want to knock something out and get it done. Now I'll see how this red thread goes in the bobbin, and if it doesn't like it, then I will rethread. But will lay me down like a bridge. So yeah, I used fabric glue on a couple of them, so these ones don't have pins. They're not glued all the way down, they're just glued right around the edge, and it does make it easier when you're manipulating it through there. I've got one of those fabric glue pens, but I've just run out of glue this morning, so I decided I would go with this then. Let's see how this comes out. I haven't tried the orange on here. Nice, good choice, Samantha, good choice. I love how that picks out the trees. That's really good. Yeah, see, because of the glue, it's all stuck down already, so you don't have to worry about it moving as you take it through the machine. It's so much easier. So that it really is a top tip if you have one of those, one of these ones, one of these fabric pens, and the glue just sits in there. It's just brilliant. It's perfect. But like I say, ran out this morning. It was a last minute idea. You can use something like a normal glue stick for paper, like a Pritt stick kind of thing. But the problem is you're going to sew through it, and really it's not advisable to sew through anything that's not designed for fabric, because otherwise it's just going to gum your machine up. So that all pins, or you can tack if you're feeling very laborious. There you go, nice. Should we see what happens if I go over one of these again with the orange? Which one should I pick? Let's pick that one there, and then let's see what that looks like. I might not like it as much in the red thread, in the orange thread. Oh no, I do like it. Look at that, I love that. I think that looks even more fun. I think that looks even more fun where you've got two lines down there. I love it. Okay. Oh, come on, Tom. Can you something a bit more funky, please? That'll do. Got no idea what it is. It's a new day, it's a new way, and I fly up to the sun. I can take a back stitch. Come on, machine. That's better. A bit monkey. Bit fluff there. Nice. There you go. Lovely. So stitches are a bit clearer on this one. Don't know why that is. I think this one I'm going to go over again. Okay. Must cut threads. Must cut threads. So look, 46 minutes. Okay. Admittedly, I did cut all my fabric out beforehand, but 46 minutes. I've already done half my squares. I don't know. And that was me stopping and rethreading the machine a couple of times and dealing with the instant of the fabric getting caught. So it is doable. Lovely. Here we go. Border of darkness, stay out of my life, my life. And I'm not worried about these edges. They are going to be all either caught under a button. What I would say is when I was putting these little bits on, the almond one, it's sometimes you can't tell. You've got to do it in a good light because sometimes they're upside down. The back side of it doesn't look very different from the front side. Just a bit paler, so you've got to do it excuse me, in good light. Excuse me, I need tea. Right, so So my claim to fame is that Tom Jones once bought me a drink in a pub. And I'm sharing that based on the knowledge that nobody is watching, because that's fantastic. I went to uni in South Wales, in fact, in the far South Wales that Tom Jones is from. And we were sat in the pub, as one does, and my friend came back to the table and said, that pervy old man just offered to buy me a drink. And one of my other friends looked up and said, that's not a pervy old man, that's Tom Jones. And he was buying drinks for everybody in the pub. And he was just visiting some of his old haunts. That was a very long time ago. He probably doesn't deign to do such things anymore. There we go. Let's have a see. How does this one look? I'm quite stunned how that orange has come out really. It really is similar to that tree trunk colour. And it is very red on the bottom because that's my bobbin thread colour. But that you can't see that from the top. Love, love. Let's do this one again. Oh, machine, sorry, I didn't leave a long enough thread and now you've unthreaded yourself. That was my fault. Loving every day. Come on. It's going to be awkward. There you go. I need your loving every day. There we are. you go. Here comes the good. Oh, Mum. Do that properly too. I kind of like where this is fraying on this one. It looks a bit, I don't know, I like that. It's a good look. 3 down, 5 to go. I did worry, oh my god, how long is this going to take me? Is it going to take me like 3 hours to make one cushion? I nearly phoned Sam and said, how long should I allow for this video? But I think it's quite quick actually. Oh, I've got a little bit overconfident on this one. I might have to go over again. Change with you. Right, so those two, I think. I'm going to do 2 this time. I'm glad you can't see my face because I've got my concentration face on, which, you know, almost sticks my tongue out, not quite. Just because you can, you don't have to stay, understand. Now, I don't think that that's going to get caught. I'm not sure that's going to get caught in the seam allowance, so I'm just going to quickly go over that one. It'll take a back stitch if it's not right on the corner, so I've kind of back stitched when I was already in, but because so where the back stitches will be caught in the seam now, so that's fine, but I was just a little bit concerned that it was going to come off the edge. I love how that looks. It's kind of scrappy. I like it. Love, love. 3 more, 3 more. The other Murrays have gone out and they've left the house all alone, and I'm kind of glad. Right, come on, pointy thing. Yeah, that'll be okay, I think. Love me tonight. Got no idea what this is. I think it might be the Vegas remix. Hilarious. Let me love you, baby, let me love you, baby, let me love you. Oh, I've managed to get that almost on top of the other one, which is really unusual. What you can't see is off camera there is a great big bin just full of threads that I'm chucking these into, and normally they end up getting stuck onto every part of me, and I just trail them through the house, and they eventually end up on the bathroom carpet. And I have to go around and pick them up. It looks like we've got some kind of long-haired dog. Love me tonight. Is that going to work? No, that's not going to work. Is that going to work? That's not going to work there. Oh, that's a very small one. I'm going to leave it. No one's going to see it apart from me. Thought about unpicking it. It's not. It's going to make quite a big gap at the corner, but it's more than likely going to be covered by a button, so it's just not worth worrying about. If it's not for show, it's not going in a competition. I really am surprised by how the orange looks against the almond fabric, because Sam's pictures just didn't do it justice at all. Not at all. That is such a good combination. Oh, Tom, come on, it's not cheerful. Seriously, dude. What's that? Right, there we go. Let's move you forward a little bit. For once I can say. Okay, so that one, yes, that one. Go over again. Cute, 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 cute. For once in my life. I think the more I'm becoming faster at doing it, and the more scrappy it comes out, the more I'm liking it. And that's not like me at all. I like kind of regular patterns. It's not like me to prefer something shabby. Love, I can make it for once in my life. There. Okay, I think I've got one more after this, but I haven't put it together yet, so. There we go. That's nice. This one's nice. Blush. Which one shall I do again? This one, because it's a bit fat there, so I'm going to do. There we go, done. So it's a bit fat, so I've taken it closer to the edge. Darling, darling, I love this. It's so pretty. Last one. So let's just put this together. That looks a bit not square. It's not really, but never mind. It'll work out. Step down from the train to meet me. Oh, look at that. That's perfect. That's upside down. See? Upside down. Easily done. That's all right, look. Just throwing a pin on the floor. Good to touch green, green grass of home. Okay, fed up a Tom now. Touch the green, green grass of home. So, let's see. What else do we have? What else do we have? Let's see something else. I've got no idea how to work this. This is my Christmas present that's just arrived today. And now I have no idea how to get it off this. Oh, did it. Let's have... I can't listen to the soldiers because I'll just cry. Let's have a bit of Bon Jovi. Let's do that, shall we? What kind of Bon Jovi shall we have? Let's shuffle. And we'll play all the Bon Jovi. Why not? So let's do that one. Done. One to 2 hours, Sam. Dude. What am I on now? Oh, I'm on an hour. Nah. I reckon half an hour. I reckon. Right. Shall I keep red in? I don't know. Yeah, let's keep red in. Right. So I'm going to make sure the pattern's the right way up. So this one, the tree is facing the other way. So I'm just going to make sure that the pattern is the right way up. And I think Sam had them going orange, almond, orange, almond. I guess it doesn't matter really. So now I'm resetting my needle so that I can do 1/4 inch. So I'll put that together and then check. Now these ones I am going to back stitch. Okay. Let's check that before I get all carried away with doing the rest of them. Yeah, that comes out okay. Okay. Random thread there. Yeah, that comes out all right. So right way up, right way up. Try and keep them straight. So that's one row, and then okay, so what have we got here? We have got, so that's one row. That is a second row. And then, so if I put those, now I'm going to iron those first, and then I'm going to put them together, and then I'm going to do the other way around. So it's coming out okay. I quite like that. That's good, yeah. So let's open these. Sam wanted the seams pressing open. So pressing open, and what have I missed? I have got my magic trick. Clapper works really well. Takes all the steam out of the, so you steam your seam like normal, and then when you put that on, it kind of takes the steam out again, and it makes a really good sharp crease. Oh, Tina, you're a numpty. Look at that. Should we do that again? John. Come on, John. Come on. Fun. That's better. That's nice. Yeah, that works really well. Okay. Doesn't really matter which way around I'm cutting it. Gather this place, fill the place. I never know. The twilight soul into a pot of gold, and then they go like that. I ain't looking back. Too much time on the telephone. Who says you can't go home? On a rolling stone. Sam, I hope you're not spending all day just watching me. That would be really, really dull. Or are you sewing? Because that's fun. We can sew together. If you regularly do a lot of patchwork, which in fairness I don't, but I've just got a commission for a big quilt, so I need to do it properly for somebody else. The clappers are brilliant. They're good for dressmaking as well whenever you want a really sharp crease, so it's worth it. They don't cost a lot of money. Does need steam though, and you can see it with this orange fabric. When you steam it, it goes darker. You can see the water in it, and actually after you've used the wood, you can see it's not there anymore. It's pretty cool. So you can go back. So you can go home. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright, it's alright. That's lovely. Really, really lovely. Okay, so now let's put these two together. Hang on, double check. Trees the right way up. Yeah. Try and keep it roughly straight along the other direction. That's how the story goes. Trees all the right way up. Orange almond, orange almond. Oh, yeah. I did it the wrong way around. Oh. Take it with you when you go. Done. I love you, Sam Machine. You've been such a good girl today. So she can't go home. He says, can't go back. Been all around the world, and as a matter of fact. Okay. Okay. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright, it's alright, it's alright. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Have I got enough water in there? Yeah, I've got enough. It's alright, it's alright, it's alright. That's looking lovely. Let's grab the other one then. Do 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 do. Done. Oh, I think I've got that right. I think that'd be okay. So I've now got these two. I need to do the in-betweeny ones because they need to be that pattern. So we need to do almond on the left now. Highway. Hey, hey, upside down. No, right way around. It's all good. Let's just crack on. On this lost highway. Oh, I definitely need to rethread my machine really. Just move the needle around. Always thread your needle with your foot up. Not your foot, your press foot. Yeah, I need to move the needle. I'll do it later. It's sewing okay for now. Unless it's a total pain, in which case I will take the needle out and put it back in again. Can't be bothered right now. Right, forgot what I was doing. So. Hey. Done. On this lost highway. Hope this catches this one now. Let's see. Back to yesterday. On the lost highway. On this lost highway. Lost highway. That's better. Can you actually hear the music, Sam? John, come on. You and Tom need to have a conversation. Actually. I just need something a little bit more upbeat. I don't get a chance to have a proper boogie on when the other Murrays are here. That way up, that way up, that way up. And let's get both of these open. Let's do both of these at the same time. Where am I up to? 121. Oh yeah, easy peasy. Yeah, you're probably right. Maybe it might take 2 hours. I don't know. I've never actually made a cushion before, like the back bit of the cushion, so I've got no clue really. It's time. She's a time all day. People love. Guess we gotta hold on to what we got. Doesn't make a difference if we make it or not. True one. That's the natural. Right, so let's see. Oh, I hope I did this right. Almond, orange, yeah. Slowly match it up so that it's straight, otherwise it won't cushion later. Oh, I think they're bad. Their teeth are quite ruined. You can give me some. Right, I hope that I have lined these up well enough. Let's see. Let us see. So my next dilemma is orange or blue buttons or both, or something completely different. That looks lush, doesn't it? I love that. That is fantastic. So let's just do this one. I think I'm running out of water in my little iron. I want a bit of water. You get love from bad night. On the shelf. Right then, so promise me heaven and put me through hell. Looky likey. That is nice. Nice. Right now, I am going to pin the seams because I'm a little bit too haphazard for this. So, nowhere to run, no one to. In fact, Sam gave me nice clips. I have clips. So I'm just matching them up so that that line matches that little line. So both the two seams are matching together. I don't normally care enough, but there we go. Let's try and do it right and do a half decent job. On your lips, blood red nails on your fingertips. Oh, nowhere to run, no one can save you. The damage is done. That's in the heart, and you're feeling pain. That's the only problem with cotton. It is really thready. Oh, look at that! Isn't that pretty? That is so good. You get me.